Hey everyone, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life here for Lift and Sketch with Christy and Rachel. We're kicking things off with this beautiful scrap lift from Sue from Coco Vanilla. She's a design team member there. And I am going to go ahead and grab some very, very old, so old, acrylic white paint. And I first start with my little tool here and just kind of spread it. I wasn't exactly sure what I was going to do, and this is a huge chance I was taking because if I didn't like this, I was ruining this wood grain, and that was scary. I didn't like the lines though, so I went ahead and took my hand and just smoothed it all out. The nice thing about having super old acrylic paint is that it dries really fast because it's old. It's already halfway dried. So I like it. It works. I then went in and grabbed every single shade of blue tealy watercolors I own. And I'm just going to simply do the packaging technique. I definitely started with my darkest color first. One spritz, and then added a bunch of water because I know how dark this color is and how much I don't actually like this color. Shh. It's not so bad once I use, I soak it up a little bit. It's not too bad. And I really am, it's totally fine in the end. I'm super happy with the way this turned out. But basically, you're just going to see me go ahead and cover most of it up. I don't even know if you notice that there's white on this. So it was kind of like I used acrylic paint instead of using gesso. So there is an option for you if you don't have gesso, but you do have acrylic paint. You definitely can go ahead and use it. It's not going to be exactly the same effect as gesso, but I do notice I can still wipe things up and get a lighter tone. That's what I like. I personally like to do that when I'm doing my mixed media. I don't like to just leave it. I definitely like to kind of mop it up. And I do notice it works there. You can definitely tell the spots where it went off onto the regular cardstock, because then of course you couldn't soak any of it up. But yeah, I'm really liking it. So I'm going ahead and, like I said, using every single color. Definitely had some fun playing. I used all of them to do some splatters. I used more of the tealy colors for that because I was noticing those weren't really coming into play here. And I wanted them to be there. I just wanted the different tones. I have no idea. I don't even have photos picked out at this point. I was just kind of playing and trying to make this background look a little bit close to the way that the layout that I'm scraplifting looks. This particular layout to scraplift was chosen by Rachel. We switch on and off. I don't know if I mentioned this. I'm sure I have. I mean, we've been doing this series forever. You probably know. But we switch on and off every month with who does the scraplift and who does the sketch picking. And so she is doing the scraplift this month. I pick the sketch. And then next month I'll pick the scraplift and she'll pick the sketch. And it's really fun, because we always pick things that are a little bit different, sometimes challenging, and I absolutely love the series, and I hope you have been enjoying it. I hope you've had a chance to check out that bonus video we posted last month and have been able to play along. I definitely have a few things that have been tagged to me and are on my list for the prize, which go check out that video if you haven't seen it. But if you play along with the sketch that Christina had created for us to play, you have two chances, one chance from me and one chance from Rachel to win a mini kit from the Secret Non-Secret Kit Club. So it's definitely worth giving it a go. The sketch is amazing. I really love the sketch. It was fun to play with. So go check it out if you haven't already and play along. We were just doing it to kind of celebrate the fact that we've done a lot of videos together, and we hadn't done a giveaway in quite a long time. So we wanted to do something special. So here you go. I did my background. It's all done. You saw I added all that shimmer and all the white and everything. I love it. I think it worked out really neat. I do a lot of mixed media, but I still consider myself very new to mixed media. So I was very, very pleased with the way this turned out. I have picked, that's not the right word. I've chosen my photos, and there are two photos, one from behind and one from the front. They were walking out to the water and then walking back in, and this was from Canada Day last year. Yeah, so 2017 Canada Day. And I'm sure you've seen my beach photos and have heard me talk about this, but I'll just mention it again. We literally only go to the beach once a year. For Canada Day, that is how we celebrate. And I'm sure it will change now that Jackson's a little bit older. He really enjoys the water and the beach, so I'm pretty sure that will eventually change. But at the moment, that's what we do. And I take a ton of photos because I like to document the different points of the day and things like this. And then I got photos like this where they're just precious photos of them just together, and I love them. They were like matching and the fact that they're both wearing red hats, and I love these photos. I think they're adorable. So I'm going through all of my summertime pattern papers. I keep them all stored together, and I came across this Bo Bunny paper that is like coral. It's super pretty, but I love the color, and it worked with these. That's all I was looking for, was a little base to be like one kind of layer for this one photo. Really love that. That's going to work okay. And then I go ahead and find another one. This one I believe is, I'm not sure what that collection is, but I have to tell you, when I go to trim it, because I got it, I'm going to use that as a border for this layout. It cut like butter. That pattern paper was so much fun to play with. I loved it. It was just the perfect thing ever. So I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, I'm going to gut it, and I cut off the branding strip, and the branding strip has this really neat saying on it that says, don't wait for the perfect moment, create the perfect moment. And I thought that was really fitting for these photos. They're not really much of a story, but I really love that. So I'm going to put that down at the bottom. And funny enough, why I'm doing that is it reminded me of the scrap lift and the fact that because Sue is a design team member, her bottom border, it's like the footer where you put in who you are and who you're designing for, was there, and I liked that effect, so I just put it onto my layout with that. And then I'm going to play with a few of these very cherished summer like specialty papers. So one of them was, it's like acrylic type overlay paper in red, so I was bringing out that pop of red there. And then the other ones are these beautiful vellum pieces, and I do layer them, one over the photo, one behind, and just kind of playing. I use part of them. One of them said the beach. I'm going to use part of that to help create my title, and I do trim this one down so that my photo matches with the frame. And how I'm able to attach this, you can see it. If you really look, you'll be able to see it. But I just put little tiny dots of glue on all four corners, and I'm fine with it. I don't care if you can see it. You have to really look to see it, and no one's going to pay that much attention. I won't even notice it after a while. And then to wrap everything up, actually, I find these kites, and I've been kind of dying to use these for quite a while, but I thought they were the perfect kind of element to just do. And kites, the beach totally works. It does. And this layout it's not about nothing, but it's not like a story to it. So I felt like they worked, and I loved having that little bit pop up at the top there. There was a title in the original layout up there, and I was thinking about adding it, but these kites kind of took their place instead. So I'm pretty happy with that. I go ahead and just kind of look to see what else I can add. It's missing a few things, so I go off and kind of look. I come back and I find this is from the Maggie Holmes Carousel collection, the chipboard piece. I took the chipboard off of it, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut it so it's an additional frame to add. Again, the original layout had tons of frames throughout, so I was trying to mimic that, but within my own vibe. And I end up just using it as a second layer to this, and it pops it up a little bit more, and then there's just like a little bit of a half white border. You can hardly even tell it's there, but I do like the little bit of an effect it brings, and it's a nice kind of resting spot, even though it's so small. It's there. I don't know. I like it. I think it's cool. And then I go in, I think the final bits that I use is finishing my title, that I'm going to just add the word love. So it says love the beach. And then some journaling that it literally documents, I think I say, I have no words for these photos. They're just perfect the way they are, or something along the lines of that, because they're adorable photos of them together, and they have a really special bond. So I don't always have to document about their bond. Sometimes the photos kind of say it for me, and I feel like this is one of those times. I just love it. I do kind of go through the pink paisley Summer Vibes collection, because of course if you can add anything on there, you want to be able to use that up. I do use a sticker, one lonely sticker. And then I tie in with the yellow by adding another chipboard piece underneath the photo with the frame, and I add Oh Happy Day to it as well, and that basically wraps up the layout. I love it. It totally works for me. I think it's adorable, and I'm very pleased with the way it turned out, considering I was very nervous with how it was going to look. In the end, this was a little bit outside of my comfort zone, and it's definitely maybe not screaming a Christy Beautiful Life, Christy's layout. I don't know. You have to tell me, but I am pleased with it. So please make sure you go check out Rachel's take, and don't forget, if you're interested in playing along with the sketch for the giveaway, you have until the 28th to play along, and then we'll announce the winner on National Scrapbooking Day in May. So thanks everyone so much for watching. I hope you're having a fantastic start to your April. Mine has been flying by, and I am also in the process of my 12 days of spring, so you can check that out on my channel as well. There's a look at the layout we were scraplifting one more time, and my finished layout as well. I think it looks like it. You'll have to tell me. Thanks everyone. Bye.